And as we continue the show this morning, very special guest. He is the head baseball coach over at Southern University. Want to welcome to the show this morning. He's on the road, my man, Coach Crenshaw. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, man, listen, you guys are on the road. It's been some time since I had an opportunity to talk to you on the radio, but I get a chance to catch you out all the time, man, when we're out and about. Listen, the Jaguars right now in the season, 8-11 overall, 1-3 in conference play. You guys are on the road this weekend at Prairie View. But let's take a look back last week, Coach, as you guys took on – hold on, let me see where I'm at. Lost where I'm at. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the wrong thing. You had Alabama State last week, correct?
Yeah.
Alabama State at home at Lee Hines Field. You had two games moved to Friday because of weather, but then you were able to move forward and play a Sunday game. Let's go back and look at those two games against Alabama State, a team that's pretty tough in this conference. You fall short in the first one, 14-8, and 18-12 in the second one, but then you win that Sunday game 11-3. Let's look at that series against a pretty tough Alabama State team, Coach.
Well, first off, the wind was blowing out probably about 45 miles an hour. Those first two games was a little bit of a home run derby because of the wind. All you had to do was touch it and get it up in the air, and it was getting out of there. They took advantage of it. We couldn't get a stop. And when we did get a stop, it was late in the game, and we made a run to get back in it, but we didn't stop them early enough to come out on top.
I look back at even that midweek game against UL. You guys fought hard, and that was 7-5 as you fall short over at UL. What are you seeing with your team as, you're starting to get through the season, you're now in conference play? What are you learning about this team, and what is this team learning about itself that you can see from a coaching position?
That we can score some runs. We just got to find a way to stop somebody. I thought pitching would be one of our strengths, and right now, I just got to find the right mix of guys to get in the game in certain situations to help us try to win a game. I think once I figure out who those guys are, we'll be okay.
As a mind of a coach, for people that's out there listening, because for a lot of us, it's so easy to criticize coaches, and it's so easy for us to say what we would do, but there's a difference when you're the coach, you're looking at your roster, you're recruiting these guys, you're at practice, you're talking to these guys each and every day. As you go through developing and then saying, all right, I'm watching this guy get better as the season goes on, or I'm watching a guy not get better as the season goes on, or you know what, it's just best, let me give this guy an opportunity. Let's just throw him in the fire and see how he performs. What goes into the decision-making as a coach, especially on the baseball side of how you line up your roster on any given game day, because you guys play so many games throughout the week and during those weekend series to where, you're feeling comfortable enough being able to put a guy in a position to see if he can succeed that particular game or in that particular series?
So, I pay attention to how they work and what they're working on, and making sure that we're having conversations to let them know, hey, this is where you'll be getting in the game, or this role is what you'll be in. And sometimes you got to trust your eyes, and sometimes you got to trust your gut. I've been trusting my eyes and coming up short on making decisions. So I just got to get back into the feel of the game and understand who we have, because it's a bunch of new guys. And early in the year, I was just putting guys in, putting them in the fire to see how they would respond. Well, now it's more so the character of the person and like his demeanor that determines where he goes in now.
I look at on the Major League Baseball side, and Coach Kadar talks to me about this all the time, about how baseball, and it goes back to what you're talking about from what a coach can see and how he feels more to the analytics. And it seems on the Major League side that analytics plays a huge part in the decision-making of rosters and everything else. How much does analytics play a part for you on the collegiate side, and more in particular for your program?
If we have that information and it's presented in front of us, then yeah, I'll look at it. But where we at right now, we really don't have anything like that where we can
Yeah.
like really just make decisions based off the analytics like they do in the big leagues. They actually have like 5 or 6 people in those roles that put all those numbers together to give to the coach, so he can look at the information. We don't have anything like that yet. That would be something that I would like to get, but in order to get stuff like that and try to improve what you have, you got to win. And the goal is to get a championship. And I get that championship. That's something that I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask for somebody who I can put in the analytics spot that knows what's going on and can read the data and break it down and share it to me and the team. I mean, I understand it, but we'll have to school and teach my assistant coaches and the players how to look at it to put it into information to where they can use.
Let me ask you, as we begin to look at this team and things unfold as we get into swag play, let's start with the infield. Let's go first, second, shortstop, third base, back around to our catch and pitch. Give us some names of some guys as you're watching, and you're saying you're going with your heart and you're going with your mind when you're making decisions, of some guys making plays and that you see growing up for you, just starting with the infield.
So his first baseman, senior Dylan Jones, is coming into himself. He's got 5 home runs on the year. Right now he's out. He got injured against Incarnate Word. So we're playing a freshman right now, Brent Stewart, at first base. At second base, we got KJ White, who was our shortstop last year. He's moved over to second base. Him and EJ Gregory and Jalen Mack all battling for that. And at shortstop, we got a freshman, Benny Bakar. He's been playing solid. He's out this weekend. His grandfather passed away, so he went home for his funeral. And then at third base, we got a new guy as well, but he's a senior. But he's new to the program, Taj Bates. And he's hitting in a 3-hole for us, leading us in RBIs and batting average, I believe. And catching, we got a senior. We got 2 seniors and a freshman that's all contributing right now, because trying to figure out who's going to give us the best, who's going to be the best for us at the catcher spot. And right now, each one of them is catching a game for us on the weekend, but we need to lock in and it'd be one person that we can get in the offense, get in the lineup consistently and get consistent at bats. And then in the outfield, in right field, we got returning Cameron Bird. He's playing right field. In center field, we got another returner that didn't play a whole lot, but Jacoby Radcliffe. And he's been swapping out with a new guy that we had, Cardell Thibodeau, who's leading the team in home runs. He's up there in RBIs and batting average as well. I think he had 8 home runs. He hit a grand slam yesterday. And then left field, we got a new guy, Jalen Lucky. He's doing all right. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. He hit a ball that probably was a home run that got robbed yesterday. That may have been a big boost for us offensively yesterday. But the outfielder from Prairie View jumped up and caught it and brought it back in the park. So we got a lot of new faces all over the place that we're depending on. And that right now they're doing it. Then on the mound, we got Renard Grace, who's leading the bunch. He had 10 strikeouts yesterday in 6 innings. And we got it's new to him, Niall Banks. He's a senior. Been here 3 years struggling, and then this year he's having some success. He's starting for us in the second game. And in the third game, Nick Lucky, a senior. He's been here the whole time, working and getting better and improving. His senior, he's a weekend starter for us. He threw a complete game last weekend against Alabama State. And I'm pleased and I'm happy with him. In the bullpen is where we got a whole bunch of new faces. We returned probably 2 or 3 guys that threw last year more than 12 innings for us. And we got a bunch of new faces back there trying to help us close games out. I got to find the right mix, but Peyton Huff is one of the guys that was a freshman last year, sophomore this year, that's holding it down. And he's going out there keeping it close for us and giving us a chance.
I look back, you guys went off to Georgia and took on Mercer. Mercer is a team who I saw with a big midweek game and got a victory this week. But looking at that game in Mercer, you guys went over and got a victory. What did you see in this team and a team playing against that competition, even like Mercer?
That we had the confidence that we can go out and score, and that we can play with anybody. We just got to put it all together. Like I said, it goes back to making the right decision, putting people in the game at the right time for us to win the game and have a chance to win the game at the end.
And looking at you guys, and it sounds like the veteran players, your vets at the outfield sound like a lot of infield players, like you said, a lot of young guys. So that comes with the growing pain, that comes with the experience of constantly getting in. Looking at this series this weekend against Prairie View, of course, we all saw what happened with Prairie View. They had a brawl against Jackson State, and some players were suspended, and the whole thing got of that. But when you look at this team, what do you see out of Prairie View scouting them this weekend?
They athletic. Those guys playing with a chip on the shoulder. And the guys, they only lost one player that really benefit. They really played hard. Those other guys that got suspended really aren't guys that they like have a lot of weight on their shoulders to perform for them. But other than that, they got their whole team as one guy mainly that they're missing. But they playing hard. They played quality defense yesterday. And yesterday game came down to one mistake. Basically, we gave up a home run, but we also threw a ball away that extended the lead. If we make that play, on the ball we throw away is 7-5, and we still got a chance, and there's still some pressure on them to make pitches and make plays behind them. But when you get a lead and it's 4 runs or more later in the game, you can kind of throw fastballs and let guys get themselves out. And basically, that's what they did yesterday, the last 2 innings. And we had a couple chances, but hey, we came up short. Baseball is different than basketball and football. We got back at it again today at 2 with a chance to tie the series up, and we got to come out, take care of business early, and then get ready for Sunday.
As the legendary Coach Roger Kadar would say, baseball is a game filled with failures. You're going to have a lot of them as a player and everything else. Hey, for all my Jaguar fans out in Houston and Texas area, be sure to get over there today and support Coach Crenshaw at Southern University Baseball. First pitch today, 2 o'clock out at Prairie View. And then tomorrow, as they close out the series, first pitch is going to be at 1 p.m. tomorrow at Prairie View. Then you guys will be in Lake Charles on Tuesday taking on McNeese State. So all our Lake Charles people and everybody in that area, be sure to come out to McNeese at Joe Miller Ballpark on this Tuesday, pitch at 6 p.m. to cheer on Southern versus McNeese. And then you guys are back on the road again next week, Coach, at Daytona, taking on Bethune-Cookman. So it'll be a while before you're back at home. So I'm hoping the Jaguar Nation in all of these different areas with Lake Charles and Houston for sure come out and support you guys. I don't know how deep we are out in Florida, particularly that Daytona Beach area, but nonetheless, you guys on the road, and that's my last question. Taking the team on the road so much, and we know, hey, in baseball, especially for those northern teams, this time of the year, they're on the road a lot. But for you guys, what is that like, and how do you keep you guys going being on the road so much at this time of the year?
It's a bit much. Last week we had midterms going on, trying to keep those guys locked in, but also letting them know, hey, you got to take that midterm. You miss practice or you're late for the game, you got to do it. I'm always pushing academics. Those guys understand that. But, I mean, it's something the SWAC office has to look at. I brought it to their attention. The last 3 years, I'm the only team that's been on the road 3 straight weekends in a row in conference play. I looked at everybody else's schedule the last 3 years. Nobody's done that. I'm the only one every year that's on the road back-to-back weekends, conference play. And I mean, it takes a load on the team. You got to get on the bus, ride 3-5 hours instead of waking up in your own bed consistently. But it is what it is. We got to make the best. We had a good crowd in Mercer from the alumni base out there in Atlanta. They showed up in Mercer. Then we played at home. We had a good weekend against St. Peter's where we swept all 3. And then Alabama State, of course, we was at home. But we got this weekend, and I haven't heard from anybody in the Daytona Beach area about showing up. But they do send the alumni base do send emails, and they ask about when we get in there and the times and stuff where they can come show support or bring food or whatever. So that has been good. I can't complain about that at all. It's another thing I wanted to share, but I picked up my 100th win last weekend against Alabama State.
Congratulations, Coach.
I appreciate it. It's a big deal in the baseball world. Any coach in any part of it. All 100 at Southern University. I'm proud of that, and it definitely felt good to pick up.
Congratulations to you, man, picking up your 100th victory. I hope, hey, let's get 100 more. Come on, let's.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm willing for you, man. Let's get 100 more on top of that one. How about that?
Hey, I'm down for that.
Man, Coach, I appreciate you coming on this morning, man. I know it's early, but, man, you guys are on the road and you're talking about having to get your team prepared. You guys are at Prairie View today. First pitch at 2 o'clock. All of our Jaguar Nation fans out in that Houston area, be sure to get over there and support Southern versus Prairie View today and tomorrow. Coach, thank you for coming on this morning, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me get it out there.
Yes, sir. That's my man, Coach Chris Crenshaw, Southern University head baseball coach.